Good afternoon. Are you ready to celebrate the class of 2023? I can't hear you. Are you ready to celebrate the class of 2023? Welcome. I'm Sunny Lee. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor and Dean of Students, and will be your ceremony host today. Before we begin this event, we take a moment to recognize that Berkeley sits on the territory of Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo Ohlone, the successors of the historic and sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Ohlone people. We recognize that every member of the Berkeley community has benefited from the use and occupation of this land since the institution's founding in 1868. Consistent with our values of community and diversity, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm Indigenous sovereignty and will work to hold University of California, Berkeley more accountable to the needs of American Indian and Indigenous peoples. We know that many of you are spread throughout the world on the land of other people and would like to take the time to acknowledge that ancestral history as well. As we begin this celebration, we would like to ask that you please put your cell phones on silent and also be aware of any signs and banners to where they are not blocking another audience member's view. We ask that all members of the audience allow other audience members to enjoy the program without disruption. Individuals involved in any such behavior may be asked to leave the event and may be referred to the appropriate conduct offices. We also ask that you keep all aisles clear for safety purposes. All right, now, again, officially this time, I'd like to welcome each of you to UC Berkeley's commencement ceremonies to celebrate the class of 2023. Some of you have traveled from afar to get here, and for that, I'm so grateful. I want to especially acknowledge all of the parents, caregivers, extended family members, and friends for all you have contributed to your students' success. Most of us do not achieve big accomplishments alone. We do it with the help of the village around us. So today's celebration is not just about our Berkeley graduates, but it's also for the many of you who have provided encouragement, made sacrifices, and shared love for your student to be here today. This is a very special moment to celebrate all of our graduates for this major milestone of their lives, and also to honor you who have helped make this possible. Now, please stand if you're able to welcome the graduating class of 2023 and the members of the official stage party. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Class of 23, are you excited? This is your moment. I now have the pleasure of introducing your classmate who will sing the national anthem. Vanessa Reyes is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts in Media Studies. She is proud to be the first in her family to graduate from college today. And I believe her family is finding out right now that she is performing today. Surprise! I ask you to stand or remain standing as you are able. Vanessa. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Vanessa. Beautiful. I now have the pleasure of introducing your Chancellor. Please welcome Chancellor Carol T. Christ.
Let me begin by offering my heartfelt congratulations to you, the members of this remarkable and resilient graduating class. Though the fates saw fit to place the pandemic's unprecedented challenges in your path, you kept your eyes on the prize, you persevered, and you have prevailed. The successful completion of an undergraduate degree at Berkeley is challenging enough in the best of times. Given all that you have confronted and conquered, your presence here is testimony to a remarkable accomplishment whose meaning and worth will serve you well on the road ahead. We could not be prouder. While this is a day to celebrate your achievement, there's no time like now to express gratitude to and for everyone who has helped you arrive at one of life's great milestones. So let us also take a moment to celebrate and thank those who have supported and stood by you through thick and thin. Let us take this opportunity to express respect and appreciation for the university's extraordinary faculty and staff who have risen for you and together with you to meet and surmount challenges and sustain Berkeley's values, character, and quality. Together, we've learned and benefited from what we've often taken for granted in the past: the power of engagement, connection, and community. Yet the ties that bond us together have also been strained by growing political polarization, sharp ideological divides, and most recently, the opposing beliefs and perspectives connected to conflict in the Middle East. With all of that in mind, I hope you will carry with you some of our university's most fundamental values as expressed in Berkeley's principles of community. They include strong support for freedom of expression, diversity of perspective, as well as civility and respect in our discourse and dialogue. I urge you to try to understand views different from your own. Be wary of echo chambers and toxic discourse that too often dominate the social media landscape. Be skeptical of those who would divide the world into simplistic categories of good and evil, black and white, if only because the reality of our world is often far more complex in its shades of gray. While we may have witnessed and experienced difficult days in recent years, the behavioral and social sciences teach us that unsettled times of change and transformation have the potential to facilitate personal and societal learning, growth, and adaptation. So while this may be a perilous time, so too is it a time of creative ferment and possibility. And that makes this prime time for you, our newest alumni. What animates Berkeley is our belief in and our commitment to individual and institutional agency, the notion that through the discovery, development, dissemination, and discussion of knowledge, we can make the world a better place. Before you now are extraordinary opportunities to extract and apply valuable lessons from all that we're witnessing and experiencing. These unprecedented times offer unprecedented opportunities for learning about ourselves, the communities and causes we draw strength, meaning, and support from, and about the role of our university in our lives, our nation, and our world. Now more than ever, the world needs all that you have to offer as the beneficiaries of a Berkeley education and experience, as change makers committed to advancing the greater good. Today, as you stand at one of life's great crossroads, take a deep breath, pause, reflect, and consider the road you've traveled and all that you can and will carry with you from Berkeley into your personal and professional futures. You've been taught how to learn by some of the world's greatest teachers. You value the truth and know it must be protected. You believe in science. You know that conventional wisdom can and must always be challenged in order to find a better way. You know how to thrive, not just survive, amidst diversity of origins, identities, and perspectives. You emerge from a campus culture shaped by thousands of alumni who fought and fight for justice, equity, and inclusiveness. You're able to adapt and persevere in the face of challenge and hardship. I can only hope you share the gratitude I feel for these attributes, values, and aspirations that form the foundation of all that Berkeley is and stands for. May your years ahead be richly rewarding and fulfilling, and may you enjoy much happiness. Hold tight to all the things you carry from Berkeley, and may they always serve you and the world around you well. We're immensely proud of what you've done, and even more of what you will become. Fiat Lux, and go Bears! And now, I'm honored to introduce one of the 2023 recipients of the Elise and Walter A. Haas International Award. This coveted prize honors a Berkeley alum who, as a native, citizen, and resident of another country, has a distinguished record of service to that country in the arts, science and engineering, education, business, environmental protection, government, or any other field. Today, we're celebrating Ambassador Damir Arnott, who holds a Bachelor of Arts and a Master of Arts in Political Science, and a Juris Doctorate, all from Cal. After completing all of his degrees at Cal, Damir practiced law in Washington, D.C., and then returned home to Bosnia. He is a member of the House of Representatives of the Parliamentary Assembly of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a former ambassador to Australia, and recently he is serving as ambassador to Germany. Arnaut is receiving this award because throughout his work for his country, he has been wholly committed to humanistic values of democracy, multiculturalism, pluralism, and individual rights. Arnaut has been a vocal supporter of LGBTI issues and was the first political figure in post-war Bosnia and Herzegovina to publicly support LGBTI people. He advocated for the community to host a pride parade in Sarajevo in 2008. It took 11 years of effort, and Arnaut was one of the few MPs who marched in Sarajevo's inaugural Pride celebration in September 2019 on the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots. Arnaut has authored more than 20 pieces of legislation and dozens of initiatives. His legislative efforts are focused on reducing the privileges of Bosnia and Herzegovina's political elites, fighting terrorism and money laundering, and promoting transparency. As is evident from this brief description of Ambassador Arnaut's work, he embodies and exemplifies our university's public ethos, our commitment to advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion, and our shared dedication to making this world a better place. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Ambassador Arnaut, the 2023 recipient of the Haas International Award. Ambassador Arnaut, it is my privilege to present you the Haas International Medal and a check for, oh, the check is there, for $35,000.
Chancellor Christ, students of the graduating class, UC Berkeley faculty and staff, parents and other family members, guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, one and all. It is an immense honor and a privilege to be with you here today. As someone who sat in your spots, I dare not to say how long ago, I still vividly remember pride and excitement that occupies you right now. I extend to you, graduates, and all your loved ones, my warmest congratulations. Exactly a week ago, last Saturday, I was in a meeting with the German Chancellor. He received my president in Berlin. So it's been an incredibly crazy, busy week, and I made a determination that I will never, ever again organize a presidential visit in the same week I receive a Berkeley Award. But on a serious note, these two events are very related. It is a major undertaking to secure such a visit in Germany. But every single skill required for this feat I learned at Berkeley. Not in any one particular course or several courses, but through a confluence of the awesome and wholesome educational experience that one is exposed to in these hallowed halls every single day. Whether you're sitting in a class, debating a theory or a current event with your fellow students at a cafe, you're always exposed to this educational experience. And so was with every other major undertaking in my legal and political career. This award came because I decided early on in that career to put those skills acquired within these halls in service of my home country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Berkeley degree, you will soon realize, gives you both humility and audacity in the best sense of that word. This is not a contradiction. Humility because here, surrounded by so many brilliant people, you realize early on how little you really know and how important it is to constantly strive for an ever higher level of excellence. Audacity you get because having been exposed to that excellence for so long, having been taught the most noble of values and ideas, you simply refuse to accept simple-minded approaches or settle for mediocrity. You have no patience for anything that exemplifies ignorance, be it bigotry, hate, selfishness, or lack of compassion. And you're not afraid to show it. The Haas Award is given to those who apply their Berkeley education to literally make the world a better place. It is as such as noble as it is visionary. Imagine the world ran by Berkeley values. It'd be a far, far, far better place. Some of the examples of my work are in the program. Some Chancellor has kindly read. But it is not the full story. What's missing are the juicy details. Yes, I was the first public official in Bosnia-Herzegovina who publicly supported the attempt to organize the first Sarajevo Pride back in 2008. And let me put that into perspective because the graduates are young. That was 2008. The don't ask, don't tell policy in the US military was not ended until 2011. So times were different everywhere. Anyway, what isn't in the program is that my political colleagues told me that I had just signed the end of my political career. Well, guess what? None of them are in politics today in Bosnia-Herzegovina. And just last year, I was elected to my third term in parliament with an overwhelming margin. People, the voters, reward this combination of humility and audacity. I apply that to every major undertaking, be it fight against corruption, political privileges, streets named after war criminals and collaborators, and so on. To sum up, Berkeley teaches you what is right, provides you the skills to bring it about, but also gives you that healthy dose of arrogance that makes you unwavering in your quest. Some fights I've started, but I haven't won them yet. I'll give you one example. My son, who is here today, is a natural-born citizen both of the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yet he's eligible to be elected a US president, but not a president of Bosnia and Herzegovina. He can serve in the US Senate, but not in the upper house of the Bosnian parliament that I served in. All of this despite the fact that both of his parents, my wife and I, are citizens of Bosnia. Both my wife and I were born in Bosnia, and so were all of our children's grandparents, great-grandparents, and so on. So the reason our Constitution allows only members of one of the three dominant ethnic groups to run for the presidency, the Bosniaks, the Serbs, and the Croats. Well, my wife is a Croat, I'm a Bosniak, and we're eligible. Our children, being from a so-called mixed marriage and wearing the label others, are not. It's a perverse provision. And I won a case at the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg, using Berkeley law skills, of course, for a client in a similar situation. Some of my political colleagues are blocking implementation of this and similar judgments. They think that we should even deepen these ethnic divisions with further quotas, ethnic gerrymandering, and the like. They argue it is necessary for stability, but it is a smokescreen to remain in power and protect ill-gotten gains. So I won't quit in this endeavor. I wouldn't be worthy of this school or this award if I did. Don't think, however, that the Berkeley degree will always secure you the top prize. It won't, especially in places yet to be touched by virtues of meritocracy. It can even serve as an obstacle and seen as a threat to the entrenched interest. But because of it, because of the Berkeley degree, because of what you learned here, you will always be among the very best in whatever you end up doing. Let me end by thanking just some of my professors. Richard Buxbaum, who's here, and Laurel Fletcher, Harry Scheiber and Steve Fish, Bob Kagan and Andrew Janos, Paddy Blum, and the late Professor David Caron. But special thanks go to Professors Harvey Weinstein and Eric Stover, and to Andrei Milivojevic, literally the first friend I met at Berkeley who nominated me for this award. Thank you, and I will continue to honor it. Congratulations, graduates, and go Bears!
Thank you, Ambassador Arnott. It's an honor to have you with us today. And wow, what an inspiration he is. He represents the very best of Berkeley. So inspiring. I now have the pleasure of introducing your student speaker, a 2023 classmate. Perline is graduating with degrees in data science and music. During her time at Berkeley, she has served as editor-in-chief of the Berkeley Economic Review, as well as president of Unverbato, a nonprofit group that coordinates musicians to perform at senior homes, local hospitals, and more. It is my pleasure to invite Perline Wang to this podium. Perline.
Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, families, friends, and my fellow graduating class of 2023. My name is Perline Chen Wang, and I am incredibly honored to stand here as we celebrate our accomplishments and look toward a bright future ahead. When we first arrived at Berkeley, we set out to find our place in a diverse community. We waded through the colorful flyers and club tables lining Upper Sproul until we found the group that drew us in the most. For me, that group was the Berkeley Economic Review, a premier undergraduate journal that publishes original research and receives papers from all around the world. I was immensely excited by the opportunity to belong to a student publication and captivated by the intellectual hub we created together. I didn't have the opportunity to experience college-level research and writing during high school, so as I grew into the publication's editor role, I focused on inviting high schoolers interested in economics to attend coffee chats and participate in our essay contest. My peers and I mentored these young students and helped them envision a future as published researchers at Berkeley. Observing the impact of the compassion we showed to budding economists was incredibly fulfilling. When I look beyond my experience with the publication, I see that compassion is a trait the entire UC Berkeley community shares. When the COVID-19 pandemic unexpectedly disrupted our world, I saw Berkeley students rally behind small businesses and put enormous effort into keeping local stores open. I saw Berkeley students offer temporary housing, supplies, and aid on Facebook to those experiencing uncertain situations. I saw Berkeley students put marginalized communities before themselves and champion for the safety, health, and appreciation of essential workers. When injustice occurs in the world, Berkeley students are the first to educate themselves and raise awareness. The student body possesses boundless compassion and, more importantly, the willingness to take collective action. I am incredibly proud to belong to this class of graduates. Today, as we officially transition from students to graduates, I am sure you have mixed emotions of excitement, uncertainty, and aspiration. I hope you have a close person to guide you forward, and I would like to share a story about my guiding person, my mom. My mom grew up in rural southern Taiwan, where her parents sold chicken in the wet market. She did not have the opportunity to indulge in hobbies like music and art, and even assumed she didn't have any artistic talent to begin with. So she focused on academics and providing a better future for herself and her family. Throughout my childhood, my mom encouraged me and my younger sister to pursue the artistic activities she couldn't experience herself. She sat through our weekly music lessons, recording videos, and taking detailed notes to help our practice. She dressed us up in pink tights and watched us learn ballet and ice skating. She signed us up for art lessons and bought us the best supplies. Many times, I heard her say she could never dream of painting the way we could. One day, my mom decided to learn the art of cake decorating. The more she studied and practiced, the more fantastic her creations became. She turned flour and eggs into ornate vases, seascapes, and dreamy flower gardens. She learned how to mold chocolate, pull sugar, and even paint beautiful scenery with edible watercolor. She unlocked an incredible artistic side that had lain dormant since childhood. My family showed me that learning is a lifelong journey, and it is never too late to discover something new about yourself. Berkeley showed me the importance of sharing your skills and experiences to empower others. As Berkeley graduates, we are equipped with a strong academic foundation, compassion, and the willingness to make a change. With these tools, the friends and memories we made, and the willingness to always continue learning, we have a dazzling future ahead of us. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Turbiner, and as your senior class president, I am honored to introduce today's keynote speaker, Professor Jennifer Doudna. Jennifer Doudna is a Li Ka-shing Chancellor's Chair and a Professor of Chemistry and Molecular and Cell Biology here at the University of California, Berkeley. She is an investigator with the Howard Hughes Medical Institute, Senior Investigator at Gladstone Institutes, and President of the Innovative Genomics Institute. You may know Professor Doudna as she shared the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her development of CRISPR-Cas9, a genome engineering technology. She has co-founded and serves on advisory panels of several companies that use CRISPR technology. She's also co-author of A Crack in Creation, and her other honors include the Breakthrough Prize in Life Sciences, the Wolf Prize in Medicine, one of Time's 100 Most Influential People in 2015, and runner-up for Time's 2016 Person of the Year. Class of 2023, it is my honor to present Professor Jennifer Doudna.
Thank you, Sarah, for that warm introduction, and it's a wonderful opportunity to be here with all of you today on this momentous occasion. Chancellor Christ, faculty and staff, esteemed guests, proud parents, and most importantly, the brilliant graduating class of UC Berkeley. Congratulations. This is a pivotal point in your lives where you step out from the familiar halls of Berkeley into the world beyond and all of the opportunities and challenges that that holds for you. Behind you now are the problem sets, the essays, the late night review sessions, and let's be honest, probably the ChatGPT guidance and hallucinations that likely populated your experience here at Cal. As we gather here to salute your accomplishments, it's worth considering the journey ahead and the difference that each of you stands to make in the world. I've actually recently been reading a wonderful new translation of Homer's The Odyssey by Emily Wilson, highly recommended. And it's a great reminder of the fundamental experiences of adventure, trials, and homecoming. I'm particularly struck by the themes of risk-taking and perseverance, aspects of life that are essential to both personal and professional success. And in an interesting way, I've found that the story has helped me reflect on the combination of excitement and, if I'm honest, raw fear that I felt at my own commencement more than a few years ago. Like you are today, I was beginning a new chapter in life on a path that beckoned toward endless possibilities, but also risk and danger. One of the best bits of advice that I would have given to myself at the time, if I could, would have been to embrace those risks, take the long view of success, and most of all, just keep going. As we see in the Odyssey, achievement comes in stages. And achievements often follow a nonlinear path, at least in my own experience. Highlighting this for me recently was the exciting news of the US Food and Drug Administration's approval of the first CRISPR therapeutic, offering a genetic cure for sickle cell disease. What an extraordinary advance for patients who suffer from this terrible disease. and also for the rest of us as we now can contemplate a world in which genetic diseases can be treated or even cured by rewriting the genes that harm our health. But it certainly wasn't a straightforward path to this achievement. It took the hard work of many people and many teams. It took tireless research, for example, to deeply understand how sickle cell disease works, and this enabled a CRISPR cure to be created. And it took brave patients who were willing to try an experimental therapy in the hope that it would benefit them directly and also help the many people affected by sickle cell disease who could benefit in the future. Victoria Gray, the first US patient to receive the CRISPR therapy, told me how sickle cell disease had robbed her of her health. She wasn't able to pursue a career or have quality time with her children. But after the treatment, she's now been symptom-free for over 4 years, and she's become an important spokesperson for the value of what CRISPR can offer to others. And I have to say, as a member of the Berkeley community, I'm especially proud that this therapeutic came from fundamental, curiosity-driven research that was made possible here at Berkeley. Research that was conducted by students including Mickey Hauer, Alexandra E. Seletsky, and Sam Sternberg, and postdoctoral scientists including Martin Yinek and Blake Wiedenheft. But our work isn't done. Challenges of the CRISPR therapy, including its cost and its time frame, mean that for now this medicine will remain out of reach for many. And here's where research universities like Cal can truly change the future. A great example is the amazing team of students, researchers, professional scientists, professors, and entrepreneurs that we've assembled at the Innovative Genomics Institute right here on campus. Together, these scientists at the IGI, as we call it, are focused on both understanding and changing the trajectory of CRISPR cures for disease. How? By working to remove barriers to the benefits of university research, such as CRISPR, and help ensure widespread and ultimately global impact. We can do this by forging the right partnerships, and we need to explain our work and invite discussion and debate. The esteemed scientist Marie Curie once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It's only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." And I couldn't agree more. The university and the IGI can and should foster the understanding that mitigates fear. As you embark on your own journey beyond Berkeley's halls, it's worth remembering that the education you've received here extends far beyond textbooks, lectures, and exams. It encompasses the invaluable lessons learned from the problems you've faced, the failures you've experienced, and most importantly, the friendships you've forged and the moments of self-discovery that have come from all of this. Each experience has contributed to your growth, shaping you into the capable individuals that you are today. Like the world of ancient Greece, the world you're entering is dynamic. Embrace it with open arms and a resolute spirit. Dream big, set audacious goals, and pursue them with passion and determination. But never lose sight of your values, your integrity, and your empathy. I feel that success is measured in large part by the positive impact that each of us can have on others. It's about making a difference, no matter how small, in our communities, our society, or the world at large. Cherish relationships, embrace diversity and inclusivity, and never stop learning and seeking to understand. Education truly doesn't cease with the conferral of a degree. It's actually a lifelong journey. Stay curious, cultivate your thirst for knowledge, and continuously adapt to the evolving world around you. Be a voracious reader, an avid learner, and embrace change as an opportunity for growth. Without a doubt, there will be uncertainty, there will be setbacks and challenges ahead, but it's in these moments that your resilience and your character are forged. Recognize failure as a stepping stone to success. Learn from it, grow stronger, and keep moving forward. Finally, as you step forward in the world as Berkeley graduates, carry with you the values and ideals that our university stands for. The world eagerly awaits your contributions. I'd like to leave you with this wonderful quote from Mark Twain, who once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Congratulations, graduates, and go Bears!
Thank you for your wonderful words, Professor Doudna. You continue to inspire us all with your amazing research and your commitment to society. Now it's time to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the PhD please come forward?
Yulia Oksana Andriuk. Grayson Abid.
Milad Sharani. Thomas Alexander Wheeler. Xin Peng.
Rushin Contractor.
Paulo Machicao Tello.
Benjamin Foster. Joao Ashensao. Bridget Lucky.
Andy Rodriguez.
Sarah Voles.
Rongzhi Liu, Allison Elizabeth Bradford, Min Chen,
Katerina So. Katerina So. Betty Molinier.
Ruo Yu Li, Yu Chen,
Joseph Michael Gordon.
Chao Zhu, Kelly Fernandez, Margaret Elizabeth Blackwell, Daniel Phelan, Michael Cotto, Adi Jung,
Betty Rosen. Jiaming Zha.
Yael Shoshana Hakohen,
Zheling Zheng. Ziting Zhu. Eric Taw. Jizhou Wu. Kristen Novella Nelson.
Candidates, you have voluntarily submitted yourself to the traditions of the pursuit of knowledge and have proved yourselves worthy of this high
Vanessa
calling.
Princess Reyes.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. You join this esteemed group of colleagues who have also obtained graduate degrees. We welcome you to join us on the stage as part of the Academy. We now wish to recognize our students who will receive their master's and bachelor's degrees. Will the candidates please come forward?
Perlene Chen Wang. Vanessa Princess Reyes. Carlos Cesar Vasquez Aguilar. Yi-Ning Yu. Zhang-Yuan Wu. Xin-Yue Wang. Jessica Marie Reyes Pimentel.
Caitlin Chase.
Shirley Valdez Lira.
Roe Carney. Shengyang Lee. Christopher Haft.
Samantha Wen. Andika Tirtawisata. Siddharth S. Srivastava.
Charlene Junis.
Akhil Sukthankar. Andrew Tom. Pranay Rajpal. Eston Williams.
Michelangelo Dominguez. Anish Gupta. Orkide Hosaror. Rithvik Harish Agastya. Sabrina Dunn. Shamer Kumar. Elizabeth Abulhawa. Ashwin Krishna Gopalan.
Jesse Yao. Michael Yoon.
Tian Liu. Sivaram Chamiraju.
Diego Vital.
Victor Huang.
Vijay Tatavarti. Hilda Fabiola Temach Maroquin.
Eric Lai. Olivia Beckley. Amanda Blakeman.
Athena Jing Zong.
Mary Olivia Enriquez. Kylie Bai Gao.
Calvin Rosevere.
Sung Yoon Kim. Justin Hatcher. Jisoo Jung.
Ana Paula Sanchez Gutierrez.
Dayun Jenna Zhang.
Fatima Melendez Torres.
Junbom Chi. Clarissa Hurst. Mingu Choi. Maxine Austria Barrios.
Dustin Wallace.
Audrey Ann Choi.
Christian Valencia Sanchez. Christian Valencia Sanchez. Amir Shaker.
Luis Brunet. James Daniel Dubosky. Malik Al-Hadi. Anesha Bomik. Oliver Bell. Mita Balakrishna. Pritika Kaur.
Gajarajan Nagarajan. Mekli Terefa,
Madeline Flores, Cam Kazravi, Rachel Hahn, Zaira Aguilera, Warren Loth,
Alexandra Sheehan,
Christopher Kai Ball, Deborah Sujin Chang,
Benedict Ng, Jason Zhang, Hergis Nkote,
Zheyuan Hu, Nathan Escobar,
De Hao Yuan, Aaron Antonio Vilches, Pranith Srivanth Ramesh,
Luisa Briggs Dell, Isabella Lavalvo, Julie Mira Lynch, Amy Hyunju Lee,
Erica Schleimer,
Ethan S. Lee, Ningyuan Gao, Abigail G. Delgado,
Haofu Xu, Lisette Irie Ortiz, Li Chuan Xu,
Michael Alexander Johansson,
Adil Munazir,
Maximilian Bachman, Celia Haber, Firas El Sharif, Leah Borkus, Aryam Chowdhury, Camille Church,
Anuj Raichura, Cameron Bryant Wright, Archit Raichura,
Catherine Y. Chen, Isaac Gonzalez, Fazila Abdul,
Ariel Santos,
Jonah Valdivia Lincoln, Stephen Dye, Marissa Batchelor,
Ananya Venkatraman, Arnav Singhvi,
Ramanan Abeya Karan, Chung Kwan Lee,
Rachel Weber,
Jael Ging,
Clarissa Angelica Arceo,
Pranit Monot,
Sydney Christine Domael, Danielle Wesa Hernandez,
Yu Shi Zhou,
Esme Lipton,
Isabella Margaret Alice Villarreal,
Bai Hui Lin, Margaret French, Mia Goldberg, Hannah Krostowski,
Samika Saxena,
Jenny Lai Chinapa,
Daisy Polanco, Emily Maria Vasquez, Sofia Celeste Zaragoza, Ruben Rodriguez,
Ivy Ka Man Chan, Serenity Bush,
Cynthia Valdez, Ali D. Marvin,
Fernando Cardenas, Jade Amor Shannon Johnson, Aaron Leo, Nikki Downhee Do, Sterling Kavanaugh,
Mela Seum, Braden Stone, Julie Zhu,
Justin Cooper, Araceli Daisy Huerta,
Samarth Shet, Vanessa Martinez Sepulveda,
Chonhua Ho,
Celine Q. Ching Pham,
Cody Cavaco, Adriana Crystal Alonso, Lauren Jung,
Brian Santoso,
Inez Denoncourt,
Nicole Merkel Raymond,
Azura Leigh Haynes,
Pranit Mohat,
Sophia Gorlato,
Nathan Yazaretta,
Amy Chow, Xinyi Guo, Ahmed Abdelmagid,
Arthi Purvi Matrabutham,
Wajahat Khan,
Tianxi Claire,
Charles Christopher Lucas,
Zoe Welch, Anders Musette,
Trey Malcolm Dow, Elisa Elena Estrada, Victoria Dinoff,
Yash Melkani,
Benjamin Haberman,
Karim Mahmoud, Elia Shadfar, Caitlin Praxel,
Nathaniel Tristan Chu, Abigail Cook,
Alan Senoff, Trevor Mahoney,
Sa'ar Habusha, Brendan Goodwin, David Kamel, Nicholas Alessandro Lusing, Israel Jimma,
Abraham Viteri, Verena Yu,
Jaslyn Green,
Kayla Simone Williams, Isabella Soares,
Alexis Nicole David, Pramila Banwaite,
Brittany Nicole Rogers, Chi Zhou,
Joanna Liang,
Han Sun, Victoria No, Amanda Angelica Moreno, Shreya Shankar,
Theodore Lucatina,
Lakshay Malhotra, Melissa Palafox,
Ava Cairns,
Christian Fernando Valdez, Madeline Lynn Vu,
Zachary Falkowski, Carla Karina Castillo Barragan, Heywan Lee, Matthew Baumgartner, Eugene Kim, Sarah Pamela Dillon, Julie J. Kim, Rudy Thomas Guerra, Ricardo Elizalde, Quay Q, Chloe Cisneros,
Lisa Wynn, Lalita Tidal Ratsasambath, Callum Wu Jing To, Robert Tai, Angelina Wu, Nayeli Peña Arias,
Irma Guadalupe Duran, Vanessa Sue, Parnika Kant, Christina V. Huyn,
Alondra Prado, Man Hain Nguyen,
Alexander Cho,
Nhu Nhu Zhang,
Iris Liu,
Si Yi Lee,
Duke Nguyen,
Jacob Karimian,
Edris Said,
Leo Buki, Stephen Zemin Kai Chen, Amar Joseph Batia, Carlos Rodrigo Huerta Juarez, Eric Fernandez Bonilla,
Eric Sham,
Edward Scott Leon, Caroline Hubbard, Savannah Christine Cervantes, Ryan Frigo,
William Perry,
Kelly Jiang, Sin Long Huang, Eduardo Huizar,
Joshua Mitra Parker, Emma Yin,
Eunice Hanaya Gapper,
Shakti Subramaniam,
Andrew Jiang, Celine Chak, Edward He,
Pia Madam,
Anthony Junyuan Chan, Su Hong Liu, Jason Daniel Chandran, Emily Luo,
Julia Pastis,
Eunice Leysire Deshanko,
Part Mahawar,
Miranda Chung Yin Chern,
Will Wolf, Ali Nguyen,
Anna Berkeley Kleinhans, Alyssa Garcia,
Chi Hua Xue,
Ari Cortez Palacios, Sophie Belair,
Miranda, Jerry Chen,
Rabel Abbas,
Bora Mutlualu,
Rita Zehra Dosa, Jaden Hilton,
Ronadir Trupuraneni, Kendon Robinson Jr., Amanda Peck, Tyson McWilliams,
Askar Bashirov, Abyssenia Salazar Gibson,
Hain San,
Gracia Barrera Ruiz,
Jean Sher Pan, Prairie Jane Stillwell,
Gong Hu,
Nicole Wang, Enqian Zhen, Juni
Manas,
Zhang,
Manas Trivedi,
Justin Paul Beekler, Min Chen,
Bruce Ramsey Nguyen,
Amy Dong, Sydney Fatland, Guo Bin Liang, Rajit Agarwal,
Xiaoling Tang,
Aura Chavez Serrano,
Jin Yao Xie,
Melissa Danielle Gordon, Selma Sunalelolo, Sydney Dayan,
Pedro Raúl Melendez Guzman, Yu Chi Sun,
Caitlin Morgan Carpenter, Hassan Ebusatolu,
Hyunbin Julian Rim, Christina Elizabeth Miller,
Arturo Daniel Flores,
Jaslyn Shearer, Kareli Diana Ordóñez Valdez,
Lauren Juliet Batres Alcala,
Brisa Pantoja Torres,
Jocelyn Lisbeth Antonio Juarez, Keegan Kuntz, Joseph Luciano Accurso,
Angel Rodriguez,
Naun Kim,
Daniel Spoor, Junmin Park, Cerise Tao,
Iran Lee, Bowen Lee, Ling Lee,
Clara Seeley Katz,
Saad Baham,
Katya Mauchetz,
Diat Bopage, Jessica Dowdaw,
Taylor Moore,
Tiffany Liu,
Wijadewi Sudarmaji,
Michael Hines, Neha Khan, Tracy Kathleen Clark, Jasmine Calhoun,
Drew Rusignolo, Nicole Pineda Rangel, Carla Vasquez, Prudvi Varuyu,
Jamal Amin, Damian Barrow,
Rahul Sudarsan, Isha Ukani,
Brian Alexander Gallardo,
Catherine Page Ewan,
Jake Kaplinski,
Sean Mayers,
Kay Bergamot,
Anthony Maltsev,
Owen Murphy,
Jessica Alegria,
Toma Judge, Curtis Chen, Tamam Kamal, Victor Chen, Rihanna Azevedo,
Martin Semalugo, Sujanya Narayanan,
Brad Ling,
Saba Majidi,
David Kurniawan,
Ashley Laura Osborne,
Shinhee Shane Lee,
Ryan Shoja Asadi, Sarah Sharifzadeh, Nazila Roseparian, Arafat Rahman Murshed, Jesse Solorzano, Rebecca Serrata,
Michelle Lin,
Yu Jun Chen,
Karen Eileen Tawite,
Anais Delgadillo, Manat Jaggi,
Timothy Rizzuti, Michaela M. McAvoy, Stacy Ying, Colton Tedesco, Alberto Pineda,
Brian Philip Chingshan Ho, Long He, Ricalis Robert Jones. Don Angelo Dolorito.
Lindsay Mitas. Pin Chun Harry Ye. Eileen Sanchez. Han Kang Park. Min An Van. Annie Matuzowitz.
Courtney An Huang Lee. Samuel DeWitt. Isabel Jasmine Aguilar. Alec Michael Lynch. Janelle Ju.
Owen Ong.
Jovelyn Ko Delena. Andy Chen.
Ming Sha Mo.
Saksham Agarwal. Jason Liu.
Daniel Siegel.
Miliana Montoya.
Leo Borg. Anna Diaz.
Jose Torres Jr.
Kevin Bao. Stefan Baum Harvey.
Mitchell Yu. Rebecca Serrata. Dylan Stolkup.
Manat Jaggi. Tahir Alizada.
Michaela M. McAvoy.
Dang Lee.
Colton Tedesco.
Brian Philip Chingshan Ho. Ricalis Robert Jones. Khalid Durrani.
Lindsay Mitas. Eileen Sanchez.
Jaden Piers Bautista.
Min An Van. Giovanni Martinez.
Courtney An Huang Lee.
Gemma Paula Morales Mendoza.
Isabel Jasmine Aguilar. Stacy Joanne Barcarce. Janelle Ju.
Pramod Mitikiri.
Jovelyn Ko Delena. Luthia Garay.
Ming Sha Mo.
Laura Michelle Garcia Miller. Saksham Agarwal.
Nicholas Sal Khalili. Daniel Siegel. Lincoln C. Banjai.
Leo Borg.
Tom Weiju Wang.
Anusha Consul. Suprav Nayan Goswami. Dia Chakraborty. Emma Blankensop. Shaunik Deb. Marie Gutierrez.
Frank Sugar Bear Silva. Edward Palmatier.
Jared Lim Jia Le. Alyssa Donglan Liu. Zion Lee.
Winnie Zhu.
Evan Davila. Miranda Bustos.
Juan Martinez Carrasco. Amanda Yao.
Allison Goodbody.
Celine Yong. Celine Yom. Juan Sebastian Romero Teodoro. Shivangi Pandey. Kendall Tuck.
Cassandra Bilak. Anushka Gupta.
Xiao Ru Ruan.
Nikita Gounder.
Yin Chi Mei.
Nadia Fernanda Koshafa.
Junqi Zhang. William Wallace Molyneux V. Hao Yang Zhen.
Kiara Carmel K.C. Asan.
Catherine Ojeda. Eknor Uranius.
Jia Yan Liu. Jenny Liu. Cadence Tobias.
Alex Senna. Alexander Peterson. Caitlin Schwartz.
Aldrich Matthew Gozon. Hannah Jane Gross.
Nate Wilson.
Shubham Banerjee. Samantha Horn.
Gail Cherie Diston.
Joseph Anthony Carrillo. Cameron Colleran. Cleo Kolke.
Lucas Mirani.
Tanish Kumar.
Bassem Magdi Mustafa, Amalia Mann, Aron Saha,
Joel Foreman,
Cooper Edward Wade,
Angela Arias, Christopher Lowenthal, David Gonzalez, Jorge Hernandez Ramirez,
Jenna Mohammed,
Blake Cavedo, Sofia Carolina Buitrago Yepes,
Eric Resendez,
Danielle Kapler, Nasib Dahal,
Mbayer Namin Chilson,
Matthew Chu, Joey Ho, Wingo Lam, Hirotaka Ishihara,
Ava Utka,
Stephanie Aguilon de Leon,
Yunja Liu,
Jasmine Taomi Tran,
Guohui Guan,
Lucas
Colin
Mirani,
Chin Luo,
Gong Ao Sit,
Hannah Baruch,
Ken Yahampath,
Freddie Segura Glavi,
Aaron Daniel Baeza Cereteño,
Ava Utka,
Vilma Guadalupe Lázaro Herrera,
Jasmine Taomi Tran, Jocelyn Ramirez Banuelos,
Colin Chin Luo, Zuer Tet,
Ava Utka, Julius Tarek, Chen Chow,
Sydney Adkins, Lily Lee,
Leon Yushin,
Jonathan Garcia,
Yilei Zhang,
Esteban Chari, Malika Gulshan, Daniel Lee,
Min Nat Win,
Gail Cherie Diston,
Laura DeBundo, Natalie Basilio,
Dennis Tercero Makua, Nate Polini, Vart Vars Mugardichan, Kimberly Pena Diaz, Miles Turin,
Amber Nicole Delgadillo,
Kavya Sashikumar, Natalie Escarlette Miramontes Valdez, Jessica Marie Matthews, Atharva Shirk, Jing Zhao, Pratik Sunder,
Laura Lira,
Monica Yupchinchia, Maya Ogasawara,
Yasaman Bakht,
Anna Zhuravlova,
Saman Khan,
Yota Omosoho,
Ella Hughes,
Sarah Medina Ramsey, Ahan Shankwalker,
Yusra Elbigal,
Yu Ouyang,
Asia Awais,
Wing Yun Ma, Jazil Martinez Juarez,
Consuelo Ugarte,
Ryan Chen,
Andre Arel Tabs, Erika Trejo,
Lucas Mirani,
Maria Young,
Tianze Weng,
Xiaoran Ma, Elizabeth Ellie Park, Patrick John Rirao, Milani Uribe,
Amanda Haver, Ali Naji Al-Kahali, Levi Chun Deng,
Hao Weng Shi,
Benjamin Douglas Henriquez, Hamza Fahmy,
Cal Viet Thatcher, Oren Kim Wise, Yaqub Rashid Mahamood, Panisa Polpatana, Chase Ivor Madsen,
Alexandria Fisher, Pranav Kambametu,
Eric Prince,
Dane Huntsman, Lucia Barranco Bautista, Sarah Laurent, Yi Zhuo Huang, Songwan He, Naomi Allison Zhang, Mai Tuet La, Jen Long Dong, Alexandra Nicole Giamanco, Yi Shu Chao, Isabella Depew,
Jacob Sutherland,
Sarah Izadi, Christian Zhang,
Hui Mei Wu,
Vamashi Krishna Gajala,
Rebecca Nand, Jaswanth Sampali,
Gandhari Laura Galindo,
Rithin Venkatesh, Christina Toro,
Jessie Wenshuan He, Britannia Anaya,
Yaya Q,
Yadira De Dios,
Helena Park,
Sebastian Lopez, Michelle Ho, Anna Bolden, Mehdi Hussein Ali,
Leonardo Marmori Stracha,
Albert Garcia,
Viridiana Martinez,
Yuche Lee, Karen Liliana Ceniceros,
Judy An,
Berenice Aizel Negrete,
Minji Kim,
Vuk Perishich, Ina Mayed Santos Pedido,
Chan Q Lee,
Brandy Santiana Padilla,
Heian Lee, Courtney Kennedy, Jiang Hyun Lee,
Kaho Tam,
Michael Moreno,
Vinod Vishwanathan,
Jaewon An, Jun Ting Liang, Julia Bobrovsky,
Deja Kealani Oliva,
Chen Chen, Crystal Celeste Hake,
Vinod Vishwanathan, Alison Jose Martinez Saenz,
Zijie Li, Chong Wei Ho,
Emily Naomi Caroline Martinez, Yu Hao Jarvis Yuan, Ji Won Park, Yi Hua Zhou, Chu Ho Mo,
Vania Dwi Adinda,
Chanel Yua Ying, Emmanuel Velasquez, Arnaldo Ogin Flores, Tin Wang Zhao, Bruno Quintanilla Florian,
Manua Kachatourian, Mara Paulette Alonso,
Tin Wang Zhao,
Faisal Albzelwi, Miles Green, Justin Zaid Arriaga Rivera, Yashneep Kaur, Jae Young John,
Leslie Ochoa Cabral, Stacy Robles Camacho, Stacy Robles Camacho,
Theophilus Pedalapoulou,
Max Ye, Rodolfo Ruiz,
Vivian Fong,
Elliot Sam, William Teagle,
Edgar Fernando Chavez Marquez, Abdulmajid Albert Dolkun, Jae Young John, Connor Zui Lam, Nahom Gebrselassie, Jasleen Kaur, Louise Chen,
Zoe Haynes,
I Ching Harrison Yan, Jennifer Yang, Luis Angelo Punzalan, Jing Yao Zhao, Anthony Magsarilli,
Rochelle Karunanayaka,
Wan Zhang,
Caroline Kim, Amanda Ayano Hayami, Amadiel Hernandez, Haley King,
Andi Kusuma Wiguna Putra, Lauren Martinez, Danny Morris,
Anu Lagvasaran, Ethel Pamela Espinosa, Amanda June Sing Chan,
Ma Yuan Eileen Zhang,
Shannon Orr,
Emilia Natividad Ochoa Frausto,
Margaret Chung, Ian Dutta,
Max Ye, Harrison Foss Peters,
Janice Liu, Catherine Kavunas, Anvita Kachinthaya, Rebecca Grant,
Jackie Roche,
Fatima Obad Yaya, Ashley Chu, Linda Paulina Brambila, Marissa Benedito,
Jose Manuel Rodriguez, Ashley Suzu Nishio Takamoto, Joshua Onazawa,
Gail Juarez, Lindsay Galong Chen,
Dil Prithviraj Sen, Shaker Romamurthy,
Roberto Carlos Flores Blancas, Naomi Chaudhry,
Lam Nguyen, Isabella Marin,
Viet Duc Lee, Vin Din,
Kim Nguyen,
Victoria Irea,
Tan Vin Tan Truong, Erica Matsunaga, Tien Thoi Trong, Joshua Jae-hoon Yu,
Jessica Armstrong, Kiara Gray, Carrie Hu,
Deepak Patnala, Alexis Romero,
Maggie Lin, Sandra Angelica Carrillo,
Amy Nguyen, Ling Xiao Pan,
Fabiana Zhang, Justin David Chen, Teo Dawes, Koi Lee,
Anthony Mosavi Najad, Bono Yu,
Dimitri Knight,
Maxwell Paris,
Arnold Wu, Ken Takami, Yu Xin Miao, Yu Xin Miao, Laurie Marchand,
Morris Chen Fu Zhang, Kwang Huan Cho, Fong Jun Kong, Lena Siddharth Bai,
Jing Wang,
Marlon Guzman Campos,
Tian Lang Shi,
Madison Aubrey, Lambert Lin,
Cristal Alessandra Trujillo,
Zhuo Yi Jin,
Andrew Patrick Stebor, Ray Chen,
Avery Hanu Kim Burke,
Yi Cheng Wei,
Hua Lynette Dong, Omar Balde, Sabrina Fan, Stephen Equedike, Heiyin Kim,
Meher Deepti Munava, Q Hyun Song,
Carolina Cortez Cruz, Paul Lesgorg,
Sandy Mireles Alvarez, Jasmine Faye Nadal Chung,
Amard Bracamontes Peñalosa, Janvi Chandra,
Ana Catalina Schneiders,
Eduardo Vicente Lewis, Aparna Akella, Orion Badre,
Celine Savarikas, Igor Maliugin,
Augustin Ellie Bona, Moulay El Mamoun Shirkawi,
Emmanuel Lara,
Benjamin Struck, Maya Riley,
Sean Agostine, Ryan Joseph Feiner,
Kelsey Nicole Skinner. Chi Shu.
Yingjian Liu, David Blavis, Trayvon Hendricks,
Igor Maliugan. Molly Myers. Botian Zhang.
Jasmine Lee, Diani Cabanyana, Chase Dalton,
Esther Mburu.
Jessica Huang, Eric Asan, James Arthur Bennett V,
Yushin Mao.
G. Tech Kim,
Paula Ore Dominguez.
Claire Seun An,
Lina Tirado Lopez. Carter Sun. Carter Sun.
Yu Cheng Liao,
Famida Rahman. Omid Rasuli. Alia Mirza. Sakar Nareshwari Satyanto.
Megan Flora Chan,
Madhukar Yedulapuram.
Paige Destiny Lyles,
Paulina Umansky.
Tasneem Khan, Andrew Bogdan,
Yui Ohihara.
Eliza Belinda Barnuevo, Ashley Chan,
Madhukar Yedulapuram.
Sanjana Lakshminarayanan, Charles Chen, Lucas Anderson,
Sage von Engelbrechten.
Evelyn Diego, Madeline Keogh, Nancy Nayeli Alvarez Valencia,
Amber Pascal Young.
Lux Zhang.
Sean Tuten.
Yul Chang, Nicholas Alexander Brathwaite,
Kylie Xiang-Yi Ren. David Smith.
Serena Chi, Ricky Che,
Royal Williams. Keith Myers. Madeline Ramos.
Ann Koo, Julie Lee,
Alex S.J. Park. William Zaka.
Nicole Faith Fong,
Jadelyn Wong.
Hallie Lloyd, Marlena Gaston,
Anthony Reyes. Jiayi Chu. Connor Lawrence Sparks. Yiru Ni. Michael Vizcara. Ryan Jefferson Suhu. Atharva Nitin Mahendale. Linda Solis Chavez. Allegra Bella Simmons.
Angikar Singh Chana,
Aditya Shah. Jiayi Chu. Ida Nayab Nazar.
Xia Yu Tai,
Kelly Zabers.
Jonathan Fan.
Ya Wen Luo,
Ria Shrestha.
Christopher Bruns, Phoebe Liu,
Eric Park. Gu Yuan Tan. Yiru Ni.
Emma Rohan Kao, Mike Hua, Jaehoon Kim, Jean-Pierre Colnott,
Jazem Siddiqui.
Phoebe Liu, Nicholas Chiara, Su Bin Lee,
Julia Sarieva.
Mike Hua,
Jackson Powell Rose. Chunhang Zhang.
Laura Lucia Barragan Jaramillo, Xiahua Li, Yoriko Chiaki Rob,
Kanechi Obiora.
Lena Liu,
Bryce Wallace.
Violet Johnson, Nicole Lily Choder, Sahil Singh Gill, Kyle Boucher, Natasha Kaur,
Winnie Wong, Wei Wenju,
Aaliyah Amers,
Michael Yao, Ziyi Zhou, Yue Wu,
Yu Tao Jin,
Ashley Woodward,
Changlin Li,
Wenjun Zhang, YY Yao,
Ray Qing Li,
Ayush Raj, Linky Song, Mohammad Sohaib, Haesung Park, Mohammed Patel,
Syed Hamidullah Hashmat, Li He-tung, Anisa Ibnat,
Samin Sayam,
Zeping Fei,
Varun Shrivastava, Alpin Yuksaloglu, Nian Tong,
Joshua Graciano, Janavi Jambulkar,
Amanda McGraw, Amanpreet Sira,
Gracie Kuriel,
Megan Wu,
Karthika Baiju,
Neil Paresh Shah, Ananth Nayak,
Simeon He,
Shika Shah,
Joshua Graciano,
Wongjun Oh, Amanpreet Sira,
Kabir and Rabi,
Megan Wu,
Zachary Jean-Marc Hassan Dive, Alexandra Bukovikova, David Duarte,
Haiyan Yun, Justin Trainer, Hai Yang,
Samridho Ghosh, Chio Yi Gao, Ashwan Kadam,
Yu Chen Shi, Bao Qian Cheng, Chung Hyung Park,
Nuoran Chen, Adeline Leal,
Yiling Kea New, Vanessa Segura, Dong Ho Shin,
Grecia Flores, Yui Fan,
Luis Mendoza Ignacio,
Athena He, Elvis Dean Ingersoll,
Tyler Scott Miller,
Kaylin Andrea Gonzalez Matus,
Anastasia Simonova,
Fatima Baam,
Sophia Nance, Cornelia Newcomer,
Omar Ali Alkendi, Daniel Escobar Osorio, William Lin,
Cesar Omar Sanchez Castaneda, Hyun Sok Yoon, Giovanni Ruiz,
Eric Berendt,
Joshua Alexander Menting, George Mujais, Ben Michael Olivo,
Grace Tang,
Tia Liang Vamber Yang,
Bright Lessie, Yi Ke Monica Gao, Harrington Wong Fan,
Zimu Angela Zhou, Aiki Zhang,
Yuchi Han,
Michelle Marine Alvarez,
Yuxin Huang,
Joshua Alexander Menting,
Grace Tang,
Wei Hao Zhu, Aiki Zhang, Hao Qian Wu, Song Wang,
Bai Lin Chen, Jie Yan He, Susan Han, Pei Ying Guan,
Austin Sui,
Kan Jan Cheng,
Helen Tan.
Jorge Encarnacion Cibrian Andrade Lopez. Priscilla Chen.
Naiwen Zhang.
Shan Yu Huang. Patrick Baggett. Joey Chen.
Isabella Colette Ibarra.
Alexander
Joey Chen. Meng Lu.
Alexander McNamara.
Fuxing Liu.
Yu Kai Ma. Samina Sharifi.
Austin Chen Sai.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees a Master of Arts, Master of Sciences, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. Congratulations, graduates. You may move your tassels from the right to the left side.
Congratulations, class of 2023! What a special celebration, an amazing milestone in your life. Congratulations again, and go Bears! We ask that all rise as they are able to sing the school's alma mater, Hail to California. Immediately following the song, we ask that you please wait for the official party to recess before meeting the graduates out on Speaker Plaza. Congratulations again, class of 2023, and say it with me, go